Hello everyone once again and welcome back to Packs and Recreation, and today here is Kotori. That only means Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, because if you're a weeb like me, I can't get myself to open this like Rudy does. I still appreciate the cardboard of the box. Sorry, I'm weak. Kamigawa Neon Dynasty is one of the best sets from recent Magic history, and I believe is one of the main reasons for Wizards to expand the standard format, because it is just cool. And it works for sealed because it's very fun to play draft with this. It works for constructed because it has a bunch of cool stuff. Visually it's great, and therefore the collector boosters are full of cool stuff. And well, if you're a weeb, it always helps, right? So let's go, let's see. Crackling Emergence. Red goes here. Guardians of Oboro. Like this, maybe. Thirst for Knowledge. Skyblast Samurai. Azusa's Many Journeys. Man, I play a bunch of standard with this. These lands are beautiful with all the letters. Look at that. Now we go with the special treatment cards. So Reinforce Ronin. I think this is the Manga-style. Yeah, this is Manga-style. Asari Captain in foil. That's bad. Moonstar Specialist, also in manga. Kappa-Tech Wrecker in foil, not bad. Ishin, Two Heavens as One in foil, or Ishin. What is Ishin? Nice card, great commander, OP. What kind of OP? Unquenchable Fury. Tribute to Horobi, or Horobi. Comes into Echo of Death's Wail. Ogre Held Helm. And Farewell. Sayonara Minato. So Spirit and Spirit. Just two different types of Spirit. Let's continue. It's funny to think that the original Kamigawa was kind of dead forever and ever. And then Wizards was like, oh, we should totally go cyberpunk and embrace it. And they did, and everyone loved it. But I have to say something here is not only because of the visuals. Like, the visuals are very important, of course. I mean, this is why we buy cardboard after all. Well, carved cardboard. But look at this. Yeah, we do it for the visuals. Fuck it. Seven-tail Mentor. Nice. But we do it for the gameplay, right? And this set is full of cool stuff, and it's a very dynamic set, and it just revitalized the whole thing. And you have the manga cards. It's funny that I see that a lot of people hate the manga cards or the Japanese style cards or Japanese illustrator cards. And I get it and I don't get it. Like, I mean, I get it for other sets and other cards. For example, to have manga cards in Jumpstart 2022 is kind of okay, because, to have, I can understand exceptions. For example, Elish Norn in Phyrexia being drawn by Junji Ito. I get it, because Junji Ito draws nightmares and she is a nightmare, so, and it's a single card, right? So it makes sense. Oh, nice, Kyodai. But still, single card, kind of, And in Jumpstart 2022, I don't get it. And sometimes you have manga cards in sets that are like, why do we have this thing here? But in Kamigawa, I mean, my brother in Christ, if you're buying a set called Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, and I mean, look at the boosters. Look at the box, look at everything. And you don't like a manga style card, it's like, I think you should skip the set. Yeah, it's like not liking like Viking style cards in the I forgot the name of the Viking set. Kaldheim, right? So yeah, I don't know. I get the point that it's like, well, if you look at this card and you put it next to other cards, it doesn't look like a Magic card. And to that, I say, cool, I agree with you. Like, if you put this next to this, well, you can kind of tell they're from the same game, but they're not really. So on that basis, like for example, this one is more obvious. This is a Japanese style card. Put this one next to this. You can still tell it's a Magic card, right? It's just the colors are different and stuff like that. So it's not that big of a jump. And it's not that big of a... Ooh, Invoke Despair. Banned, so it's worthless. Ascended Acolyte. But, you know what I mean? Ooh, Boseiju Who Endures. Nice. Legendary Land. I put the... Eiganjo Uprising. Mech Titan Core. And a Construct. There's also Samurai. But then, I mean, I guess it was the herald of the beginning of the end. Like, if you didn't like manga cards in Magic, you know, the writing was on the wall. Oh, Virus Beetle, I hate this card. The writing was on the wall. Like, now we have Doctor Who cards. Like, you can play a Commander game, and Commander by itself is kind of... Like, some people see Commander as, oh, that's not real Magic, because it's like fan-made Magic, right? It's like, well, yes, but it's fun. What do you want me to do about it? But it's funny because we had a Commander game the other day, and it was one person with a Doctor Who deck, one person with a Warhammer 40k deck. I was playing a Transformers deck. So, you know, it's not full of Transformers because you don't have enough Transformers to do a deck, but it was like, you know, vehicles and Optimus Prime was my commander, so there is that. And, ooh, the Wandering Emperor. And the other person was playing with what? Lord of the Rings, right? So it was like, no one was playing Magic the Gathering there. Like, I guess... Well, it was not the pre-con, so we had some cards that were from Magic normal sets, right? So, and my Transformers deck was pretty much like 50% stuff. Oh, Boseiju again, nice. And then, you know, vehicles and stuff like that. So, that was the most Magic deck in there, but like, it looks so weird. It reminds me of Versus System. I don't know if you ever played Versus System or if you know Versus System. If you don't, look it up. Versus System is a... I mean, maybe we can show some of those cards on the show. Look at that. See, that wasn't me. Look at that. That wasn't me. That's why they put the token on one side and the land on the other, so that you get protected. But the Versus System, the idea was interesting. It's like, oh well, you have a Versus System, right? It's like, it's just a card system, and then you have people from multiple universes battling each other. So you had a DC set, a Marvel set, and they would play against each other, and it was very cool. I actually have some of those cards, and it's a very interesting idea. Some cards from Batman, some cards from Spider-Man. You can actually mix them, and it kind of works. And I liked it. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. It's like, that's why it's called Versus System. It's a platform. The game wasn't very good. The game was okay. Like, the game was kind of meh. Very simple. Very like early Yu-Gi-Oh kind of. Oh, nice, the commander. But ooh, Spirit Sister Skull. Oh, Kyodai. Mukotai Soul Reaper. Nice. And a treasure. There's also Samurai, and it's also clipped. But you know, and with Magic, that's the thing. Magic is such a complex system that, you know, as that video from Kyle, I forgot his last name. Kyle something, sorry. Says like is a computer. You can make a paper computer with Magic. So that's good. And because of that, you can actually just put anything in the drawings. It doesn't matter. The system works, right? And that's the philosophy that they are following. Well, if the system works, then don't touch it. Just change the artwork. And that's what they're doing with Universes Beyond. And I don't mind as long as the borders are consistent. I think that what f's it up for me is that if it was always with the Magic normal, like if everything was like this, it will look at least more or less consistent. But like even within Magic's lore, you have like 3 different borders in this set. So it just looks very weird and very like not cohesive visually, because mechanically, well, it works, right? Oh, invoke the ancients. So, Risona and Mind Leak Mech. Nice. A pilot. See, all the cards are clipped on the top. And a samurai. We're halfway there. Network terminal. Well, actually goes here. Yuga Preserver. So yeah, I don't know. It's a part of me, and you know this if you have seen the channel. I like different treatment cards. Like we rank cards by how pretty I think they are, right? So at the end of each video. So I care about visuals, sure, and I like when cards have like weird borders like this because they catch your eye, right? But it's impossible to not look at this and think, is it a Digimon card or something? And I guess that maybe was the intent because it's a Japanese set, haha, right? So maybe that was the inner joke, but still, I can't help but feel like things are very disconnected, and that triggers me a little bit. I like my consistency. See, like again, another border, and it's even Japanese style drawing, right? So it's like, is this a Magic card? It's like, yeah, sure. And Tezzeret, Betrayer of Flesh and Spirit. You actually have. See, before you think it was me, it wasn't. See, like I didn't apply pressure in the area, and they all come like clipped. Futurist Sentinel. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I love these lands, man. Look at this thing, Jesus. And in foil, they just like pop up like crazy. See, like Digimon card, maybe. Digimon card, maybe. Digimon card, maybe. Magic card, yes, because of the borders. It's just really the borders. I wish they kept the borders similar, but again, see, you see this, and this is cool. So if everything is a Magic card, then where's the line, right? Oh, Kyodai again. This is the Kyodai set. Inventive Iteration, Weaver of Harmony, and a treasure token. It's also Samurai. Wake the F up, Samurai. We got a city to burn. Purely Samurai. Jungle Hollow. Oh man, I remember Cyberpunk 2077. How much I suffered for that game. They don't deserve me. I mean, the game is not bad. I mean, I bought it the day it came out. I like it. I liked it back in the day. Everyone was complaining. I was kind of lucky. I didn't experience many bugs. I just had like a couple of like clipping bugs and stuff with NPCs. But a lot of games have that. This looks like a Princess Mononoke card. Nice. And this is Princess Mononoke. There you go. Like I didn't have any bugs or anything, so I was, at least not game breaking. So I was okay with the game. I finished it and I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. And then they started to fix it and stuff. And sometimes, feels bad, man.jpg, because you just can't help wondering, like, should I not buy games from day one? Like, yeah, the hype is too big, but technically, everyone that played the game after me not only got it cheaper, but got it better. Like, improved and all that. And you may be thinking, yeah, but if no one bought it from day one, they wouldn't keep improving it. Because the studio may have closed, or maybe they fired a bunch of people to make for the cost, or blah, 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 right? Because that happens with some other studios and some other games. So I guess, yes, if you want to put a positive spin on the fact that we buy games when they come out because we act like drug addicts and we have zero control over our hype and stuff like that. The same applies to Magic, by the way. We complain about Magic and all that. And then Wizard is like, oh, did you know that the next set is going to include, I don't know, Eldrazi? And everyone's like, ooh, yeah, meh. You know, like everyone goes crazy about it. And it's like, oh, cool. The set was kind of bad though, but or like, oh, the card quality or whatever. We complain and like, oh, we're making the cards even more expensive. And I was like, oh man. And then they go, oh, but did you know that the next set is going to be Assassin's Creed? And everyone's like, oh man, that's crazy. And what you're thinking. If you're a Magic fan, you may be being like, yeah, we don't like Versus Beyond. It's like, well, you don't like it, but a lot of people just buy Magic because of that. So that's injecting blood, even though if it's only for that set. If they keep doing it, it has to bring some results, right? The Lord of the Rings did that for them. And yes, it's true that the Lord of the Rings is not something that I think is going to be repeatable. Maybe Final Fantasy, because my bet is that for next year we're going to have some Commander decks, basically Final Fantasy and Fallout. The Fallout ones already announced are the same as the Doctor Who ones, which is like, oh, you have 4 Commander decks and collector boosters, and that's it. And I think that's going to be the same for Assassin's Creed. So that's good. And you're going to have like, oh, an Ezio deck, an Altair deck, maybe like a Connor / Ratonaketon and his dad deck, and a Templar deck, right? Something like that. Or maybe, well, actually no, maybe they go like, well, Ezio is going to have his own deck, maybe with Altair. I believe that Altair should have his own deck as well. But then it's going to be like the Pirates Assassins, and I think they're going to do like Doctor Who, like, oh, the first generation Assassin's Creed, and it's like the first 3 games, actually 5 if you consider the 3 Ezio games. And then it's going to be like, oh, second generation Assassin's Creed, which is Unity and Syndicate and all that. And then the 3rd generation Assassin's Creed, which is going to be Origins, Valhalla, and what's the name of this? And Odyssey. And then the 4th deck is going to be like Villains or something, or like Templars, because they always do that. It's like three normal decks and then 1 for the bad guys. So I guess that's the division. And then the Final Fantasy one, they already confirmed that it's going to be like, oh, it will be like the Lord of the Rings. You'll have play boosters, because we don't have any other type of booster except collectors now. It's going to have like play boosters and commander decks and collector boosters and special things. And it's like, I like Final Fantasy. So they have a bunch of potential there to do the same, like 4 commander decks and do the same thing, right? Like one deck is like Final Fantasy 1 to 6, and then the other deck is Final Fantasy 7. And if they are like, they're going to obviously do a deck that is just Final Fantasy 7, but if they want to be fair, I guess the way I will make it will like, just by looking at how Square operates, it's going to be like Final Fantasy 1 to 6, even though 6 is the best one, so find me on that. And then Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9 in a deck as well. And then Final Fantasy 10, 11, I guess, even though it's an MMO, and 12 in another one, and maybe 13, 14, 15 in another one. Or maybe 15 and 16 one, and yeah, maybe. I think something along those lines. I don't think they're going to make 5 commander decks, but they can make 5 commander decks. If they make it, then it becomes easier. But again, Final Fantasy is going to pull some people, even more in Asia and weebs like me and stuff like that. But it's not Lord of the Rings. And it doesn't, I love it when this happens. And it's not going to fit, as pretty as Lord of the Rings fit into Magic, right? So I think it's that. I think that only for 2025, which is when I believe that the Marvel one is coming, or in Christmas, I don't know. Ooh, Blade of the Oni. Is when the Marvel one is coming, and Marvel is going to, blow it out of the park. Even though, to be fair, I don't believe that, Marvel is going to be that crazy of a move, because Marvel is kind of not that hot anymore. If they release that when they did, Infinity War and all that, they will sell like crazy. But obviously, I mean, maybe the rights were too expensive back then. And we're picking the best looking card for each color. And I believe that maybe that was the reason. Or they didn't think about that. If you look at the timeline, and if you see that they do things 2 years in advance, either they started now and things are coming in 2025, 2026, or they, this is nice looking. This is even better looking. I like this one. Okay, this is cool. Nice. And maybe, I don't know, maybe it's already kind of done. And yeah, my sadness here is that the Marvel set is going to be like, I don't know, MCU based, instead of doing the obvious, which will be like, I don't know, an Avengers deck, a Spider-Man deck, an X-Men deck, and one for villains, I guess. I will, if you ask me, oh sorry, I didn't pick one. I was so distracted talking about, oh, this is nice looking. Like, if you ask me, like, ideally it should be like Spider-Man, Avengers, X-Men, and I don't know, I guess that the logic choice will be Fantastic Four, but let's be honest, no one cares about the Fantastic Four. And before you kill me, I read comics, I like the Fantastic Four, but normal people, you know, because of the movies that all suck, yeah, people don't care about the Fantastic Four. So I guess, oh, this is nice. Now we're going with this one. Yeah, Invoke Despair, just looks nice. Look at that. So I guess there is that. I will do a villains one, but at the same time, it's like, nah, you don't need to do a villains one. You can just put it inside of the heroes decks. But, you know, it doesn't match the logic of Magic. Like, why would they work together, right? So it will be like, better to be like an Avengers one. But the villains one, if it's based on the MCU, they are screwed, right? Because the villains on the MCU all suck. Except Thanos, I guess. So it will be a Thanos deck. That's what we'll make. But if it's an MCU deck, they don't have. Yeah, this is difficult. I guess this one. They don't have the X-Men in the MCU yet, so I guess it will be fun to be Deadpool, one of the decks, but I don't think they're going to do it. So if it's MCU based, it will be the Avengers, Spider-Man, which they can do without using the movies because, well, and what else is in the MCU? Well, I guess you can divide them like Heroes of the Galaxy, of the Space or something. It's like Captain Marvel, the Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe Thor, and like Avengers on Earth, and it's like the classic Avengers, and you can have like Next Generation. It's like the new Avengers and stuff like that. I like this one. Yeah, I don't know. I like to. It's fun. It's more fun to think about the variations and how they're going to divide stuff than it is to actually think that I'm going to be able to play Spider-Man against, I don't know, against so, like Ezio Auditore, Cloud Strife. Like, guys, let's play Commander. And it's like, yeah, sure. What is your deck? It's like, oh, Cloud Strife. It's like, cool. And what is yours? It's like Ezio Auditore. It's like, oh, amazing. Mine is Aragorn. And what is yours? It's like, oh, mine is Captain America. And it's like, oh, great, okay, cool. And like, they're playing Magic, although no one knew that they were playing Magic at that moment because the lore of Magic was lost like tears in the rain. So those are the best picks. That's the value. Let me know what you think in the comments and how you see the future of Magic, because you see, Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, future of Magic, everything is connected. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you had a great time. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all those things that the cool kids do. And see you next time on PAX and Recreation. Bye.